Hello class, and welcome to week 1 of PSYU 322 Theories of Personality. When you get in the course shell, you're going to see on the main homepage there's going to be an announcement that has an introduction to the course a little bit, and then an introduction about myself. You can play the video below to see more about me. Alright, I am going to add this video here once it's done, and every week, as long as things go according to plan, you should have an announcement that has your expectations as to what's going to be completed, and then also a video that goes along with it. Alright, let's go to the content where it will review the different modules. I think this is easiest to see it. Make sure that you review these different components. The school personality is something that you're going to be using every week to support your learning process. If we go to week 1, which we're reviewing right now, you'll see in the first page the topics that we're going to be studying. The week 1 overview has a little bit of an introduction and then the weekly podcast spotlight summary. Make sure that you listen to that, as it's going to be reviewing the various things that are due this week and providing just some reminders as well. Here are the topics again, and you're going to see here, this is the assignment table. But let's first click on a week at a glance. When we get to that document, there's a quote at the top, the course learning objectives that we're going to be applying throughout this week, and then a checklist. Those items in black are not graded, but they're your readings. I mentioned before that you're going to be going back to the school of personality each week. You're going to see which part of the school of personality that you'll be using. This week it's the psychodynamic school of personality. And what is due? You have your video introduction. I'll review where that is in a moment. The acknowledgement of course requirements and your discussion board. If we get back to the course shell, you'll see a similar graphic here with the ungraded work, the readings, watching the psychodynamic school of personality media. Remember, that's over here. And then what is due as well, which I already reviewed. And then there's a nice little checklist for you to complete your readings, watch the different videos, participate in the discussion forum. Here you have that your initial posting is due Thursday by midnight. It needs to be at least 350 words. That should not be difficult because the prompts are elaborate enough to not make it a problem to be 350 words, and to respond to 2 peers' postings Sunday by midnight, and to complete your introduction video. Now we're going to see down here below are these different assignments. If you click on the acknowledgement of course requirements, there is just a little description that denotes that you should review the materials. It says start here, but it should be the course information tab, student support resources, and the syllabi. Once you've read this, you are to look at the video quiz below, and there's 2 questions that are directly assigned to the grade books, and make sure that you complete this. This is one of your assignments if we go back to this graphic. We also have the discussion board and the video discussion board, but before we get to that, you are going to see some additional resources for you. There's a chapters 1, 2, and 3 PowerPoint that you can utilize if you would like as you're reading the book. Different activities, again, these are resources that supplement the textbook. Make sure that you review each of those. And then your other different assignments for this week. You're going to notice if it's a discussion board, there's going to be like this little bubble to it. For both of these discussion boards, you can either get to it on the discussions page, or if you click on the go to discussion link at the bottom, it will take you directly there as well. For week number 1, you can listen to what the text says here if you want to. You can subscribe, to the discussion board. But for your initial posting, it has in there, make sure you complete all the readings, watch all the resources that I just showed you, and then make sure that you watch that psychodynamic school personality. I showed you where that's located on the main content page. After you do that, in your initial posting, you're going to be reviewing Freud's model of personality. Make sure to answer each question below fully and to address each parts of the bullet. I'm not going to go into deep detail about this, but this is due Thursday by midnight. Should be at least 350 words in length. As I mentioned before, that should not be a problem because you can see that there is multiple prompts listed here, 1, 2, 3, 5, and some of them have several parts of questions. And then your peer response posting. For this class, you have specific prompts to respond to. After you looked at your peers' postings, review at least 2 of them, you're going to be responding to Jung's model personality. The first part, your initial posting was Freud, and now you're looking at Jung. Read and review at least 2 of your classmates' initial posting, and then when you're done, address all of the following points in your response. Again, I'm not going to read through them, but you're going to see that these are pretty detailed, and make sure that you respond to the points. And then a little notation down here below that you should make sure that your answers are different responded to your peers. You shouldn't copy and paste. Don't use ChatGPT. This is your wording. And then once again, it has peer response postings should be 250 words in length, 2 of them due Sunday by midnight, and the total of the discussion boards is 25 points. If you click on this here, you're going to see the rubrics that's going to be utilized for the discussion boards. All right, now we can either go back to the content page, and you'll see that, and it looks like here for student video introduction, or I'm just going to go to the discussion boards. It's another place you can find your discussions, and once that loads, you're going to see there's a class question board for you to write questions and how myself or your students may answer it. With Student Lounge, you can use this to talk about school-related topics or unrelated topics. Here's the week 1 student video introduction form. It notes to post a video introduction to yourself. It doesn't matter what you use. I like Screencast-O-Matic. There's Kaltura built into this platform, or your own recording device. I don't care what you use. Just make sure you have the video enabled into your posting. The introduction's worth 5 points, and there's various questions here that you could answer and help guide that. And then you can see below there's the week 1 discussion and all the other week's discussions noted here too. So again, you can find that on the content page under week 1. That's an assignment that's linked directly, but these 2 discussions have this where you can click on the Go Discussion. It's actually below here, I'm sorry. Or go directly to the discussion board. And then finally, there's some additional resources if you want to go a little bit further within this topic this week. All right, just as a reminder that there are going to be a few quizzes in this course, and you're going to click on quizzes, and that's where you're going to locate them. Let me look really quick. On week 5, there is a link to that as well. If you click on this, it will go to the quiz, or you can go to quizzes directly. If you click on theories of personality, that's where I'm going to be posting my Zoom announcements. My weekly announcements. You can see the upcoming events. Now these are just the major assignments that are due in this class. You're not going to see discussion boards or quizzes. Well, actually, these are the 2 quizzes. You're not going to see discussion boards or other assignments, but the main assignments that are due there. And that is it. If you want to look down here and review the class through these different widgets, you can as well if you don't want to go to the content page, but that's there as well. I hope we have a good first week, and reach out to me as you need. Thank you.